Hey, this is Steph from stephfromad.com. Today I would like to do a first video because next week we're gonna make a video about how to work in every specific muscular group. So we're gonna dissociate like biceps, triceps, chest, legs, gluteal, everything, and we're gonna try to give you the 3 or 4 best exercise to get the best result about that. But before going through that, I would like to be sure everyone understand what is the key of the muscle contraction, and if you properly understand what you're doing when you're doing each movement in your body. So you will see, I take an example with the back because the back is a very, very good example. So every muscles in our body, I mean, a muscle contraction, it's easy. We bring 2 parts close one to the other one and we contract the muscles. So every muscles in the body get insertion point, which is the way where the muscle is attached. So if we look, the back is attached here in our humerus, which is the point we can move, and is attached over here in our spine and in the bottom of our hips. But all those parts are not move. I mean, you cannot move those parts on your body. You get small rotation, but it doesn't do anything on the contraction on the back. So to contract the back, the only thing we play with is playing with your humerus. So to contract your back, what you have to do is bring the 2 points the more closest as you can. Which means, when you do your work on your back, if you do exercise like this, for example, you know, the pulling machine, when you do that, you're not working on your stretch, because when you're here, there is, I mean, your humerus, this part, more is going high like this, more this point is far to this point. So more you work on the stretch, more you're gonna make contraction on the way back. The muscle gonna work much better. It will be exactly the same if you were doing bicep and starting the movement somewhere over here. You do quarter of the movement. So on the back, it's really important to go like, if you get a pulling, you go up on the machine like this, you're in full stretch over here, and then you're gonna come down, back totally, and even more if you can on the back. Like this, you're gonna get the full contraction on the muscle. And which is important also is when you're here, the movement is not finished, because when I'm here, I can still pull my shoulder back way, and to put my shoulder back way, my back do the job. So when you're working on your back, be sure you're not working only with your biceps, because as you can see, the bicep does have nothing to do when you work on your back. So when you grab the things, if you can start the movement by doing this, already all this movement was done only by the back. And then you can finish here, go totally back and push your shoulder back and contract your back at the end, make a contraction, because the contraction make a pump, which means we go for full stretch in one way, we bring the full contraction down, and when we are fully contracted, it's like when you're lifting weight with your biceps, the biceps, the goal is not to lift the weight, the goal is you lift the weight, but when you're on the top, you contract your muscle to bring a lot of, of your blood, of the oxygen, of the nutrition, everything. So you need to not only put the weight up, but also contract your muscle when you do the movement. So I think it's important to understand in each movement you're doing how you can stretch as the maximum your muscles at the beginning of the movement, and how you can go at the fully contraction at the end of the movement, and all the way try to contract your muscle and pump especially at the end. So like you do your chest, when you do the press, when you're here, you're not at the maximum of the stretch. If you got weight, and if you open your chest here with weight, I'm at the top of the stretch from my pectoral, and then I'm gonna go able to come over here, and here, when at the end, I can contract them. So I get by this movement over here to here the maximum length in my chest. So I work in the total fiber of it. So I think that was an important point to see, because many people do the back like a bit crazy, and try to think about that in any movement you're doing. When you're doing your I see people doing the triceps and they're doing this. Look, coming slowly, fully down over here, make your tricep be stretched, and then you go totally up, and then you get the contraction. So it's the same for the tricep. Don't do the movement something like this. No, go fully down and fully up on the other way. Play with your muscle. It's really important. That's it. I thought that was useful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe on the channel and watch the other video. In the next week we're gonna go so muscle by muscle. We're gonna try to give you a bit of better way to exercise this muscle. We're gonna try to give you 3 or 4 best way to exercise them. I'm gonna be helped by my friend Arno, which is also working on it. We compare what works the best for both of us and try to give you the best input. So that was the video of the day. See you more in stepfuma.com. Bye bye.